Okay, I moved the sign so we could maybe try to pan between the slide and myself, depending. The main thing I just slide, but people probably want to see somebody's face also. Okay, so let's go. Today we begin by talking about your magic retirement number. And it reads, so what is your magic retirement number in California? Your total United States dollars below must equal 4 to 3% of your net worth at retirement divided by 12. For example, $1 million times 0.03 is $30,000 per year. Divided by 12 gives you 2,500 per month. Okay, so with $2,500 a month, you could live a pretty good life in California, fairly good. Okay, so that means that, and the expenditure rate that's recommended for women is about 0.03%. That means that if you're a woman and you retire, you want to retire in California, and let's say age 62, 66, whatever, somewhere in your 60s, you need, and you don't have Social Security or a pension, you need a net worth of about $1 million to be able to stay in California. Okay, because $1 million multiplied by 0.03 or 3% would give you 2,500 a month, and then you could make it here in California. Okay, so if you're a woman and you have less than $1 million and you're in your 60s and you plan to retire in California, and if you don't have $1 million, you're probably going to have a problem. There's going to be trouble. Okay, those are the numbers. And then the second part of the slide says, what is your magic retirement in your chosen retirement location? And then your total United States dollars below must equal 4 to 3% of your net worth at retirement divided by 12 months. And in this example, I'm using $300,000 multiplied by 0.04, which is the recommended expenditure rate for a male. Okay, because men are living shorter lives than women. Women are living about 4 or 5 years longer than men. Okay, so men can spend their money more quickly than women, their net worth. Okay, so that would give you $12,000 a year divided by 12 months. That gives you about $1,000 a month. And we know that the average per capita GDP on the planet is about $1,000 a month. Okay, so that means that as long as you're willing to go to a average or most countries on the planet, if you're male, $300,000 should provide you with an average retirement in most countries in the world. And the way we can double check this is by looking at per capita GDP. So let's do that. Let's see here. Wikipedia. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the list of countries by gross domestic product in dollar terms or nominal data, and I'm trying to get to the world average, which is about 12,000 a year. Okay, so if you're male, that is the world average. Okay, the world average is about roughly 12,000 a year. So if you're male and you have $300,000 of net worth, and you're willing to live on about $1,000 a month, you have a lot of choices. Okay, so start from Malaysia south, roughly speaking, maybe Argentina. Argentina might be okay. Russia, maybe even Russia. Russia's cold though, so forget Russia. Probably from Argentina south. Okay, so you have a choice of about 140 countries where you can retire and live an average life or better than average life than most of the people in those countries. Okay, but some of the countries it won't work, right? It won't work in the United States, obviously. Right? You already know that by living here. So these other 60 countries or so, it won't work because let's say you choose. Well, let's choose the United States. Let's say you retire at 66, 67, and you want to stay in the United States, and you're in your 60s, and all you have is $300,000 net worth, and you don't have Social Security, and you don't have pension. Well, you're not going to make it in the United States, right? Because if you take the $300,000, and let's say you're going to spend $2,000 a month, would that be reasonable? 2,000, is that a good number? That, let's say 20,000 a year, okay? Like you're gonna live low income, okay? 20,000 a year. You take 300,000, oops, I need another zero, and you divide it by 20,000 a year, just to have a round number. That means your money will last you 15 years, okay? And let's say you retire at 66, which is a retirement age right now. You could make it to 81, okay? So your money would last you until age 81, okay? But what if you live past 81? What if you live to 85 or 89, right? You're going to run out of money, and then you have a big problem, right? So that's the problem. That's the issue. So the good news for men is that you don't need as much money, but you probably live a shorter life than women. And the good news for women is that they're going to live longer lives, but they need more money than a man. Okay, so that's where we are. So what I'm actually doing here is figure out what your magic retirement number might be in California and what your magic retirement number might be in another place, like Vietnam. The country where most Americans are going if they leave the United States is Mexico. So that's about 1,000 a month. Okay. The second most popular destination for Americans is Costa Rica. That's a little more than 1,000 a month. Okay, like that. This is very important to calculate because at some point you may want to get out of here. A lot of people are leaving California. I think last year the population in California actually declined because people are leaving the state. It's very expensive to live here, and unless you have a very good income, you're gonna have a hard time making it. So they're leaving.